All right, everybody. I just finished filming another video, and my intern Fran came with this and challenged me. This is not the first time we do this. Maybe some of you have seen our other challenge videos. The deal this time is that they've handed me this bowl with 12 proven AI business ideas. Each one has validated market demand, real customers paying real money. But here's the challenge that they gave me. I have exactly 30 minutes to pick 3 ideas at random from the bowl and to turn them from idea on a napkin, so from concept to actual MVP. I cannot write a business plan. I cannot prepare a pitch deck. This is not that easy. I have to have an actual, almost working business that could start generating revenue as quickly as possible. Now, of course, many people would probably tell you that this is not doable. And they would probably say that you need months of market research and complex business plans and massive funding. But here's what they don't understand about AI revolution. We are not playing by the old rules anymore. So here's what we are going to do. I'm going to pull 3 pieces of paper from this bowl with 3 business ideas completely at random and build each one from scratch using GPT-5 and maybe some other tools, we'll see. But everything that I already have, there will be no or very little editing unless I'm blabbering a lot. And I will show you everything transparently. And if I make it, then you'll have a full blueprint. And if I don't, then you'll see what didn't work. But I think the bottom line here, the meta lesson, like I like to call it, that it's not about any of these specific business ideas. It's about understanding that in this day and age, the bottleneck is not ideas and it's not even execution. It's the courage to start and the wisdom to leverage the tools that already exist. Because the brutal truth that many people want to acknowledge is that while you're overthinking and planning and researching, someone else is building. And in 30 minutes or so, maybe more, we'll see, you are going to see exactly how they're doing it, or at least how I would be doing it. Okay, so let me grab my phone, turn on the 30-minute timer. Timer just started. Let's build us some businesses. I don't know which one to pick. Okay, number 1, number 2, and number 3. Okay. I don't know what I'm getting myself into. Okay, so idea number 1 is a LinkedIn personal branding service. Okay, so this is an automation service. I think it's perfect. This is definitely a service that I could literally start selling in a couple days. And the beautiful thing about personal branding is that it's not about creating something new. It's about amplifying something that already exists, because every executive, every consultant, every entrepreneur already has the expertise. They just don't know how to systematically communicate it. And trust me, I know what I'm talking about, because this is probably one of the services that we sell the most. I think this is a beautiful idea, especially nowadays. Attention is the new currency, but most high-value professionals are too busy creating value to capture attention. And I think for us, it's a great arbitrage opportunity. So let's think really, really quickly. First, I need to define exactly what this service does and how it works. So I'm going to actually head to my GPT-5 and I'll create a custom GPT that handles the entire content creation workflow. Okay, I'm going to my GPT-5 and I will now start my own GPT. I will go and custom it. And I need to name it. So I don't know, let's call it the LinkedIn brand architect. And then for the description, I will say something like, this is a strategic personal branding system that creates authentic LinkedIn content and engagement strategies and thought leadership positioning for executives and entrepreneurs. Okay, now I need to write the instructions. So I can say you're a strategic personal branding expert specializing in LinkedIn thought leadership. Your role is to always start with deep research to analyze a client's expertise, industry, target audience. You need to focus on developing their brand voice that speaks with authority and engagement, focus on their ideal avatar, develop authentic content. Okay, so I will keep writing, and if you want the full prompt, I will probably rework them a little bit and I'll make them available in the community. Okay, so I wanted to see that what I'm doing here is that I'm not building a content factory. I'm building a system that amplifies authentic expertise. So the AI doesn't create fake leadership. It just helps real experts communicate their actual insights, but more effectively. So now that I have my GPT ready, I need to test the system with a real example. Let's create some content for, I don't know, a fictional cybersecurity consultant who wants to build a thought leadership brand. Okay, so I'm going to come here and use my custom GPT and tell it that I'm working with this consultant with 15 years of experience that specializes in helping mid-market companies implement security. Okay, it is thankfully moving quite fast. And I think the output looks really, really good. So it is sharing the expert's background and positioning. It is focusing on authority, empathy, consistencies. So we've got day 1 with positioning post, then we've got day 2 with practical tips and value. I mean, literally, we've got 7 pieces of content, each one providing real value with very nice, subtle positioning to make sure that our consultant shows up as an expert. I mean, this would normally take a team hours to create this kind of content, and we just did it in, 90 seconds or 120. I mean, the leverage here is obviously extraordinary because we are able to amplify one expert's authority with just a custom GPT. We need to package this into a sellable service. And the key is to position this not like a social media management service, but as a strategic thought leadership development. And I can prompt the same AI or another one to run the research and share with me proof of how much I could charge for this kind of service. So let me do that here in the same chat and see what it comes back with. Okay, so it came back with quite some good research. Apparently, LinkedIn marketing consultants typically charge between $100 and $300 per hour, according to LinkedIn and Intellis agency. And it shows us that the Sun says that some consultants charge between $500 all the way to $3,000 per month for ghostwriting or regular LinkedIn content. But I actually wanted 3 tiers, so let's see what it came back with. So it has the starter package with $800 to $1,500 per month, with 2 to 3 tailored posts per week and basic hashtag engagement strategy. Then it has the tier 2 with consistent engagement, priced between $25 to $4,000, with 4 to 5 posts per week, with a content calendar and community engagement and commenting and DM outreach. And then obviously it has the 3rd tier, which is the more pro or advanced. And that one is priced much, much higher. Okay, now what I wanted to notice is that this is not competing with a couple $100 a month social media managers. It's competing with PR agencies that are charging premium prices. Okay, so we've got quite a lot going on, but we need to think about a client acquisition strategy. And I think the most elegant client acquisition strategy is to use the service that I'm pitching to acquire clients. So I'm going to use our LinkedIn brand architect to help me create content that attracts potential clients. Okay, so let's say, please create LinkedIn content that positions me as an expert. Okay, focus on ROI of personal branding. Okay, let's see what it comes back with. Wow, this is incredible. I mean, it's given me lots of really, really great content. Definitely it would have taken me a lot longer to think about it myself. And obviously I will probably need to adjust it a little bit. But I mean, this is a great strategy. I use the service to demonstrate the service. And every piece of content that I post is simultaneously providing value as well as showcasing what I can do for clients. So another thing that I need is to ask it to help me create some DMs. The DMs are also ready. So in order to launch our MVP, we need 3 things: the service delivery system, which we have with the custom GPT, the sales process, and the onboarding workflow. So now I already have the delivery system, as I said, with the custom GPT. I have a little bit of the sales process, but I need a bit more of that and the onboarding workflow. So I'll ask the same GPT to help me create the sales conversation framework for selling LinkedIn personal branding and also the onboarding workflow. I mean, it's moving decently fast, but we're under time pressure. We already have, oh my God, we're 15 minutes in almost. Okay, I think it's almost done. Now, here's where many people building AI businesses completely mess up. They think that branding is vanity. They think that a logo is just for decoration. But honestly, I think the truth that nobody wants to hear is that your business is your brand and your brand is your business. They're not 2 separate entities. For this one, we do need a logo, maybe even business cards, I don't know, and clearly some social media assets for this kind of business. And obviously I could spend 3 hours in Canva fighting with templates, or I could hire a designer for $2,000 and then wait 2 weeks, but we don't have time. Or, and this is what I actually do, I can use design.com's AI to create professional assets in literally 90 seconds. So let me show you this. I'm going to use my superhumans.life as a business example, and I'm just typing this, and their AI logo generator is selecting this style, adjusting the colors to match our brand, and there you go. We've got the professional logo. It's done. So if I want the business cards for client meetings, let's say, it's the same process. AI generates options and I customize and then download. And for media graphics for my own marketing, I mean, that's also already done. The entire brand identity that would normally take weeks and cost thousands literally just happened in under 5 minutes. So you see, this is not about the tools, it's about understanding that in the attention economy, perception is reality. Now, design.com costs less than one client dinner, but it's the difference between looking like an amateur and commanding premium prices. So thank you, design.com, for partnering with us on today's video. So basically, with that, we have a complete business, at least one of them. We have the custom GPT for service delivery. We've got pricing structure. We've got the client acquisition strategy. We've got all the outreach DMs and also the sales process. And as I said, the total time was 15 minutes. I mean, yeah, I'm happy about this one, but we are under a lot of pressure. But I think the lesson here is about leverage and systems, because I didn't create content. I created a system that is able to create content on demand. I think we now need to move to idea number 2. AI-powered restaurant ordering platform. I mean, this is interesting, and I don't think that I can finish this in 15 minutes. So we're moving from services business to SaaS. So it's a very different business model, but I think the principles are the same. So here's what I think many people don't understand when it comes to the restaurant space. It is not about building an ordering app. Every restaurant already has probably 4 to 5 different apps that they're trying to manage. And I think our angle needs to be around adding intelligence and optimization. So I'm going to go ahead and get to another GPT. And I think for this one, our positioning is going to be that we are not building an ordering platform, even though that's what it says here. But we're going to build a revenue optimization platform that happens to include ordering. And the ordering is the feature, but the revenue increase is going to be the benefit. So I'm going to come to this new GPT-5, and I will just say that I'm building this AI-powered restaurant ordering platform, and that I needed to focus on revenue optimization rather than order processing, use the key differentiator around intelligent menu presentation, and then ask it to help me create a comprehensive product concept. Okay, so it's come up with Taste Lift, AI ordering that grows ticket size, not just takes orders. Okay, so at least it got the point. The goal is to build a practical, no or low-code platform that intelligently presents menus and recommendations to lift average order value, attach rate and margin. Let's see what else. Core features, differentiated from basic ordering, dynamic menu layout, exactly, smart bundles, context, experimentation, gamification. Oh, I like the spend nuggets. AI-powered revenue optimization capabilities with menu auto-arrange and image optimization, price optimization, contextual bandits, diversity, fatigue controls, fairness and guardrails. Okay, I think it got the point, but I mean, this is just the concept at the moment. We need to advance a lot more if we want to consider this as having been a proper MVP. Okay, so this was great, but clearly in order to consider this a proper MVP, we would need a technical architecture planning. I will not have time to do that, but I will work a little bit on the UI. And I think the beauty of building nowadays is that I don't need to code much. I can just use the GPT-5 canvas. I could use Lovable or Replit or Bubble.io, but I'm not, because I'm running out of time. So instead of mapping the technical architecture, I am just going to ask it to create my UI for the restaurant ordering platform. Okay, so I'll say, please help me create the user interface UI for this platform. No need for technical architecture. I feel like I'm limited by my typing speed. Okay, so I am giving it now time to think clearly. It is taking time, so I will give it. We have 8 minutes left. Okay, there is clearly no way that we will be able to do that. But essentially what we're building here is a system of systems, if you're thinking, because the ordering interface is just the customer facing layer. the real value is in the intelligence layer that is sitting underneath that, because it's analyzing patterns and optimizing the presentation of the menu and continuously improving performance. And obviously, if I had a bit more time, I would also be working on the AI features and how to do that, but I don't have that time, because that's how you transform it from a commodity to an ordering system where we can ask for a premium price, actually. So I'm just going to let it write code because it keeps writing it, which is great because it will have taken me probably weeks to write all of this and probably with a lot of bugs. So I will let it take its time, although I'm hoping that it's not going to be way too long. We'll see what it comes back with. I am hoping that I'll finish quickly and that I can go ahead and run code so I can also show you the interface. Okay, so in the meantime, while it continues working on this, let's think about the business model and the pricing, okay? So you guys know that I like 3-tier, so I'll probably go there. But I think bottom line is that the pricing model needs to align the success of this business with the success of the customer. So if we increase their revenue, then we should share that increase. But we also need predictable recurring revenue for our business stability. So I'm going to go with the hybrid model where, for example, for the starter package, I would charge something like 100 or 99 or 149 per month plus a small transaction fee, maybe 1% for simple basic ordering and simple recommendations. Then I'd have a professional tier with slightly higher transaction fee and slightly higher monthly amount, and then maybe an enterprise one for, I don't know, $400 or $500 per month plus a higher transaction fee, but for fully custom, personalized menu with a lot of insights, their own dashboard and things like that. Now, the transaction fee is what's going to align our incentives with theirs, because we only make more money when they also make more money. And the monthly fee is what's going to cover our, let's say, current ongoing operating costs. Now, while it continues writing, let's also think about the go-to-market strategy, because the go-to-market strategy has to be hyper-focused, okay? We don't want to compete with Uber Eats or Square, and let alone compete on features. We need to compete on results. So the positioning needs to be, we increase your revenue or you don't pay us, basically. So I wish I could go and prompt my GPT, but if I could, I would probably say something like create a go-to-market strategy for an AI-powered restaurant ordering platform that needs to include the customer profile and the value proposition and positioning and sales process and demonstration strategy and pilot program and all of that. As I said, I'm going to make sure we polish these prompts because now I'm just coming up with them, but we'll put all of them into a nice document and we'll make that available in the community for everybody to have access to. I would start small. I would probably go and find 5 restaurants and help them increase their revenue, even if it's 10%. With the margins that restaurants get, I think even 10% would be massive. So yeah, the code is still coming, but hopefully it'll finish sooner rather than later so I can move on to the third idea. Clearly, we won't have time. We are now down to barely 4 minutes. So yeah, I'm still going to do this one, but I want to let it finish so I can run the code and see what it came up with. But I also have to say that I'm so impressed by how, just based on my prompt, it ended up going totally crazy and ran a full-on code. Okay, so I think it's done. Oh, wow. Taste Lift, AI ordering UI. You've got guest app and owner dashboard. You've got filters for vegan only and gluten-free and dine-in and pickup and delivery and today's picks, which I really, really like. Actually, I'm kind of hungry right now. And then you've got bowls and burgers and sides and drinks, desserts, your order as well as recommended for you. I won't click on checkout because we were going to go down a whole new rabbit hole. Oh, made with heart for restaurants that care about profit and hospitality. I have to say, I am so impressed. I'm so impressed. It did fantastic. Obviously, this needs much more work and the whole data architecture underneath is not ready, but I think we've come to a really good place. I'm really happy with this, and I think it's time to move on. And even though we might not have enough time to finish it, I'll keep going even when the clock runs out. Okay, so are you ready? Because I'm not. E-commerce competitive intelligence platform. Another long one. I mean, it's a great way to close this out because it's pure information arbitrage, but clearly we're not going to be able to finish it in the last 3 minutes. But I think here's the thing about e-commerce. They're making million-dollar inventory decisions based on gut feeling and outdated data. And in the meantime, all the information they need is sitting right there in public. So what I would do here is I would create an intelligence framework. So information, it only has value when it leads to better decisions, clearly. So we want to make sure that we add that layer, that level of intelligence to be able to also make recommendations and help people make decisions. So I'm going to go and start another GPT. And I'm going to say something like, help me design a comprehensive e-commerce competitive intelligence framework that gives actionable insights for online businesses. Okay, so while that is running, my time is up. But let's keep going. Okay. As I said, I think the key here is to make it intelligent and actionable because I don't want to give clients more data. I want to give them insights that help them make better decisions. So every piece of intelligence needs to answer a very simple question. What should I do differently? What do I do about it? So we need to create a data collection strategy because there's plenty of sources and clearly it has also recommended some for us. But I need to ask it to design the data collection system in an automated way for the competitive intelligence to come through and tell us which APIs we also need. We won't be able to implement everything, but at least to be aware of what's necessary. So clearly it came up with web scraping and with social media monitoring, which makes a lot of sense, as well as Facebook and Google ad libraries. I mean, clearly this all makes sense, and we would need to go, if we wanted to implement this, we would need to go and actually create all of those connections and get all of those APIs so that we are able to provide, the integration so we can get that information. But I think bottom line is that the beauty of this business is that it is completely systematic because once this data collection is set up properly and it runs automatically, then the AI processes everything and generates insights. And then the only part where the human needs to get in the loop is for the strategic interpretation and obviously for client communication. If I did have more time, I would go to the next step because I think the real value is in pattern recognition. So we can use AI, and I think it can be super valuable to do that, not to replace the human, but to help see those patterns because obviously humans can only see so many patterns. So I'm going to go ahead and ask it to create an analysis system that processes the competitive data and generates strategic insights. Okay, I am going to give it a little bit of time to think and work on this. And basically now, while it's working, we need to think about the service delivery and the pricing. And I think, again, the way I would structure this would be based on a subscription intelligence platform. So I would look at it through a subscription model kind of lens and make sure that each level builds on the previous one and increases both the price and the value. So I would probably have something like a baseline. I don't know. I haven't done the research, so I'm not even sure if what I'm saying is right. But I don't know, maybe $697 or $997. Then I would have a custom research, which would be more expensive with deep dive analysis and market entry research, strategic planning. And then maybe we could have even high premium one that would be maybe 4, maybe 5 figures a month with executive advisory and brainstorming and one-to-one coaching and so forth. But I think the positioning is really important here because we don't want to sell the information. We're not giving away the data. We are giving them the ability to make better and faster decisions and overcome their competitors. Now, when it comes to launching this business, I think the beautiful thing about information businesses is that they can scale exponentially because the same data collection and analysis is going to serve one client just as well as it can serve 100 clients with very little additional cost. I mean, that's pure leverage. So the launch strategy, I would go for something simple. I would, again, maybe look for 3 to 5 clients and I'd help them get actual ROI and then use those examples as my testimonials to build and scale the business model. And bottom line, I think that is the main lesson of this video, that in today's day and age, the constraint is not ideas, it's not technology, it's not even capital. Because as you've seen, we've built a lot of the business, all of them, all 3 of them, with mostly GPT-5. The real constraint, in my opinion, is the willingness to start and the discipline to execute systematically. I talk a lot about obsessive consistency. If you guys are interested, let me know in the comments and I can make a video where I explain what that is. So good, there you have it. A bit more than 30 minutes, but all three businesses are now in a good place. I think we've reached MVP. They're not ready to launch, but they're on the path to get there. And I think what we've learned is that the framework tends to be pretty much similar in any kind of scenario. Identify a real problem, design a systematic solution, leverage AI for competitive advantage, and then package it properly and execute consistently. The tools are going to change, but the principles are going to be the one that actually help us stay consistent and be able to continue with what we're doing. But now I get to take a break and I have some homework for you, okay? So I want you to pick one of these businesses or maybe create another one, but using the same methodology. And I want you to give yourself 1 week to build the MVP. Not 1 month, not when you have more time or whatever, take another course, because the difference between successful entrepreneurs and everybody else is not better ideas or more resources. It's speed of execution. So clearly now the question isn't whether any idea is going to be built. The question is whether you will be the one building it or whether you're going to be watching someone else build your idea while you're still planning. I know the timer has stopped for me, but your timer just started. So let me know in the comments down below which of the businesses you are going to give a try. And if you want the complete implementation guide with all of my prompts, as I said, you're more than welcome to join us in this school community. It is completely free. You can join anytime you want. You can also get involved with any of the challenges that we've done. They have been massively appreciated by the community and everybody has really great things to say about them. So I hope you come and give them a try. We have new ones every 2 weeks. And yeah, that was it for today. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know in the comments if this is something that you want me to do more often. Thank you so much for watching. I'm so grateful that you took the time to watch us until the end and that you come and watch us every time we post. I'm so grateful. And I know your time is valuable and I cannot be more humbled by you deciding to spend it with us. Like this video. If you did, be sure to subscribe if you haven't done so. Also share this with anyone in your circle of friends or family who you think might be, interested in starting a business with AI and is curious to see how to do it live. And until next time, I suggest you go ahead and watch this video over here. I'll see you soon. Bye.